I'm retiring effective immediately. From this moment on, Frieza will be your commander. In other words, the Cold Force has now become the Frieza Force. I suppose I should warn you of one difference. You'll find that my son has a short temper and is even more cold-hearted than I am.
If you look at this scene at face value, it really doesn't make any sense as to why King Cold is giving up his throne to Frieza. It doesn't make any sense, because why would he do such a thing? Well, I want to hear from you guys. Why do you think King Cold gave up his throne to Frieza? Let me know in the comment section below, because I think I have the answer.
Prepare yourself, Dan Saiyan.
If you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you never miss a video. So let's look at exactly who King Cold is from the little information that we have about him, because this explains to us exactly what kind of man this guy is and why he would be giving up his throne in the first place. And I'm telling you right now, it's not just to become Thanos and go to his garden. It's not to retire. It is a darker reason. But let's look at King Cold. King Cold is a character that really has no honor. He faced off against Trunks, and not only did he try to take away Trunks' weapon, he tried to defeat him with deceit, and then once he was at death's door, he tried to bargain with Trunks. He is ultimately a weakling in the Dragon Ball Z universe. He's not very strong, doesn't have a very big backbone, and he even tells the Saiyans that Frieza is less accommodating than he is. So all these things tell us that King Cold is essentially a coward. He is cowardly. He isn't really up for the fight, up for the challenge. He doesn't want to get stronger. He even, as he arrived on Earth with Frieza, told Frieza, why don't we just destroy the planet and be done with it, when Frieza wants to make a big show of everything. So he wants to get everything done and over quickly, and he doesn't really have any room for exerting himself. So I'm going to give you guys two theories as to why he abdicated his throne to Frieza. One is the realistic one. That one is the one that is more than likely true. Then we have the fan-made one. That is the one that I just made up. So, why did King Cold give up his throne? The answer to me is quite simple. Beerus. Beerus, Beerus, Beerus. King Cold simply did not want to tangle, mess around with, or even be in the same room as Beerus. He fears Beerus so much that he does not want to even confront Beerus, because he feels that he may get exterminated by him. He fears Beerus's great power. I don't think that King Cold is a character that likes to be around powerful beings, like not even in the same hallway with them. He doesn't want to be anywhere around them, do anything with them, be in the same household with them, nothing. So what ended up probably happening is that Beerus reached out to the Frieza Force and actually probably talked to King Cold, who realized how powerful and what position Beerus held. So as soon as he realized that there is an extremely powerful god of destruction that has taken an interest in the Frieza Force and wants to deal with me, he's like, you know what, at this point now, it's probably time for me to, give up this responsibility to somebody else who probably really has no problem talking to Beerus and dealing with him. And that is his son, who he even says is extremely powerful and more headstrong than he is. So Beerus to me is a reason that he gave up his throne. Now, what is my fan-made reason for him giving up his throne? Well, it comes from some artwork that I saw from Merrick Marimo, my boy. That is the thumbnail here, and it is a silver cooler holding up a golden Frieza. Now, everybody and their mother loves Cooler. Everybody wants Cooler to be part of Dragon Ball Super. I am in that camp. I think that expanding the Frieza Force, expanding the Frieza storyline, and delving into his race, because we even have a counterpart of his in Universe 6, is extremely interesting, but there could be a different way to go about this. Cooler doesn't have to be Frieza's brother. He doesn't have to. He could actually just be a different warlord, a different Frieza race warlord, just another guy who is conquering the universe, and he ends up meeting the Frieza Force. But this guy has already been training all his life and has been doing the things that Frieza and King Cold have not been doing, because Cooler knows that his power isn't ultimate. He knows that he can get stronger and stronger the more he trains. And if we just take a look as to how Frieza trained for a little bit, we see that the Frieza race only has to train for a little bit amount of time to take tremendous leaps in power. And the reason that Frieza and King Cold didn't do it is because they were already far more powerful than everybody else around them. So Cooler actually trains, and he turns into the silver version that you see in this picture. And at that point, he finds the Frieza Force, and he probably ends up challenging King Cold, who realizes that he's way too powerful, so he declines the challenge, realizes that this guy's gonna be a problem, and decides, you know what, if anybody can deal with him, it's my son Frieza. And then he gives Frieza the throne, and Frieza ends up getting focused on the Saiyans after that. Doesn't really think about Cooler at all, but you can bring this storyline in Dragon Ball Super, where Cooler finally comes back to challenge the new ruler of the Frieza Force, because the last one declined his offer. And then that could be how we get Cooler into Dragon Ball Super and change his storyline to be a little bit more different than it was in the movies. And since he's been training far longer than Frieza, he's going to be more powerful in his silver form than Frieza is in his golden form, since Frieza also has been dead for a very long time. Anyway, those are two of my theories as to why King Cold gave up his throne. Let me know your theory in the comment section below. And if you made it to this point in the video, you are now part of the hashtag End of Video Squad. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Make sure to drop your comment with that hashtag for a chance to be featured in my next video. Today, I'm going to be responding to Henry McCown. What if there was a male version of Caulifla somewhere out there in Universe 7? I mean, some of us might say that that's Broly, but I kind of understand what you're trying to say. Because Broly and Kale, even though they seem similar, they have different types of berserker power, if that makes any sense. Like, Broly's is more like feral, like Hikaru, like coming from his tail, his Ozaru form. The Universe 6 Saiyans lost their tails long ago, so Kale just goes into this berserker stage through her own power. So they are kind of different. I mean, Kale doesn't have Hikaru, so I understand what you're trying to say, but I think that the best answer to that is that Broly is male Kale. Thank you so much for your comment. This is going to be BlackScape signing off. Take care, guys.
Subscribe for more content. Or perish.